Welcome to our first one. Yes, the Rallying Cry
Hello.
podcast. I'm here with Liam and Jack. Hello, boys.
Yeah,
Hello,
all good.
everybody.
How are we all?
Swell.
Well, great. So, predominantly, we're going to talk about Warhammer the Old World, right? And
It was not
what did we
Infinity.
say, Liam? Infinity as well, wasn't it? No, sorry, no, we're not talking about that. It's just us guys talking about Warhammer, the Old World.
Yeah, game that we all appear to love so far.
Yeah, we'll just go through a little intro. So, I'm Dan. I actually played Fantasy from, I think it was 6th Ed. So basically Old World, right? Is that not its big brother?
Yeah.
6th Ed.
We can move 2 steps backwards.
Yeah, so that's where I started from, playing High Elves then, and then not look back, and I'm in a money pit of a hole of Warhammer now, as you can see in the background. That's me.
Not majorly.
Liam, come on, Liam, you've got loads of stories.
I started off kind of late 5th edition Warhammer, played through 6th, 7th, had a brief dabble with War Machine and Hordes for quite a bit in the middle, bit of MCP and Shatterpoint just before Old World came out, and then back into Square Based.
Yeah, the real game. Yeah, I'm not even getting into the list of the games I've dabbled in because we'll be here for hours. So we'll just go to you, Jack.
Well, I probably started collecting my first army early 2000s. I think that was like 7th? End of 6th, early 7th, something like that.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was barely out of diapers and couldn't figure the rules for my life for me. So I collected a small Orcs and Goblins army, and it got put in the attic to never be taken out until lockdown, when I rediscovered it in the attic. Decided I'd fill out the army a little bit, tried my hand at painting a bit more, discovered contrast paints, and then skyrocketed through 8th edition, got pretty much every army, got hooked, and just here we are.
Yeah, I think we've all got that in common, haven't we? We've all been hooked by the game. I mean, to be honest, we're actually thinking about it. So I did keep my old High Elf army from the end times. I actually rebased it into I forget what they were they called, the High Elves, I think. In the Index AOS. I think just called High Elves. I can't remember. But I actually rebased my entire army to do that, and then I've rebased them back now.
I think a lot of people
to be Old World. So we've
gone
through a lot of bases.
Squares to circles to squares to squares to
this is it, because obviously the base changes as well. I can't even just go back onto the old bases. Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. But no, they were terrible, because that's what all of the Index armies were, weren't they, back then? Just because they were just fun. Right. Well, what we all been doing then? Let's go to you first, Jack. What you been doing? What you been doing with your time, hobby wise?
But not Old World. I've been doing a bit of Middle Earth. Doing a bit of
how was your game?
I just watched today. I went and watched a few friends play at Warhammer World. My army was illegal, so I couldn't play.
What do you mean?
Well, it was like a random mismatch of all the different Isengard armies, and it wasn't like an illegal army. But yeah, I've been a bit prepped for Throne of Skulls this weekend. Just tidying up models, like just a lot of them I just got to sort of tabletop standard, which is as high as my standard tends to go. But I've gone back in and tried to do a few eyes and add a bit of extra effects onto bases, that sort of stuff. So just bringing up my Warriors of Chaos up to a bit nicer. So hopefully get maybe one best painted vote.
Well, I mean, I think it's such a weird one, the best painted voting thing, because it's so.
It's not even that you could.
Personal opinion, isn't it? From
It's based on
who you
play as well, isn't it?
Sorry,
so you could have the 6th worst army there,
of course,
in terms of paint, and still by how it works out.
Yeah.
Play people. Yeah, people you play with have played worse.
Yeah. That's it. Well, I was just going to say actually that is the one thing we are all doing is all getting prepped for Throne of Skulls. So yeah, we'll just throw that one in. So we'll get probably three of the very similar answers. But yeah, we are all going to Throne of Skulls this weekend, aren't we? As of recording, it's this weekend. So obviously, when you're listening back, we'll probably all been and gone, and all got battered.
So I have also been painting
so
for
on to you, Liam.
Just got a final couple of highlights on the unit of first schools and basing. Now my bits have turned up. And then I've been playing in our local slow grow kind of narrative campaign for Old World. And that's
nice. So when you're saying you don't play that much anymore, you
played lots of small games and then random other things. But actual 2,000 point games, less than it has been.
Is that using?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we started it maybe
as well.
4 or 5 months ago, when that army wasn't anywhere near 2,000 points, and now it's at like 3,500 points. But the slow grow's still only at 1,000. So I've outbased it slightly.
Walls get you like that, innit? Because mine's the same. Mine started out as Marauders, and now it's excess of 4,000 points. I mean, obviously it can be Chaos Warriors as well, but Warriors of Chaos even. But yeah, it's one of those armies that just grow very, very fast.
Looking
actually,
at Dragon
thinking
models
about
for tournaments in a few months, it's like that'll take me up to like double what I need to play the game. It just wasn't what I planned for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the thing with it as well. The Sea of the Wolves is because it's. I mean, you can play at MSU anyway, but because everything's so cheap, you need lots of it. So it is always going to grow, probably outgrow most of the. I think it's probably the biggest. It's even actually dwarfed my High Elves. Actually, we are big. My Sea of Wolves collection is. Which
it's
is
cute.
weird.
You guys talking about 4,000 point armies. I think most of mine are about 15,000 points.
You hoarder. You hoarder. Well, so me then, I've been literally doing the same thing, painting or trying to paint up my. I've got 3 models left to do. Well, actually, I said that I've got the crew to do on my chariots, which is then the done. Thankfully, it's only took me 4 or 5 weeks to even get to this stage. So, which is, I mean, you always complain, Liam, that I paint really fast, but that's mega slow for me. mega slow for me. So, but yeah. So obviously we've been doing as lists for that. What else have I been doing? I actually got to play some games yesterday.
Oh yeah, your old one stuff.
Yeah, I went down. So obviously, I run a club in Sheffield on Wednesday nights where we play All World Club. Funnily enough, and I managed to get 2 12-50 point games in, using the leaked, not yet available high elf rules.
You're just guessing out of
just getting my elf on me. I mean, Corhill on a chariot is bonkers. He's so good.
He's took a big
at that level though. But then he did die horribly to a giant chaos spawn. He got stomped on because he's still only toughness 4.
It's interesting to see how between
even on a chariot,
between the Old World and 8th edition, he went massively downhill. He's pretty pumped up in the Old World.
Yeah. He's. I know there was a bit of debate, wasn't there, in the High Elf chat? I don't know if any of you are in that the High Elf group. Sorry, I think you're in it, aren't you, Liam? Where they were almost not arguing, but they were like, "Why is Corhill the captain of the White Lions?" It's like, is it such and such? It's like, no, just read it, please read it. Like, he's captain of the White Lions. That is in the Old World. He's not the commander of the White Lions.
It's almost like sometimes you have to read the page before you get to the rules that let you play the game.
Yeah, you'd think you would do that, wouldn't you? But
when was the last time you read some instructions before you built a model?
I always read the instructions first, but then after I've built like the first set, I'd probably never look at them again because I'm like sponge. I can get stuff like that. Yeah, well, like the going to Middle Earth, the Rohan, the new Rohan warriors who are stupidly over-engineered. They're really, really pretty, but the face being stuck onto the helmet, why? But I could probably build them without the instructions. I mean, they are quite. It's like painting by numbers, isn't it?
How bad is it that I had to use them? I had to use instructions for all of them.
Yeah, I think you've built some, Liam. Yeah, I did for the first time. But I've built 2 boxes with now, so I didn't for the second one. Yeah, you haven't got to the Rohan stuff yet, have you, Jack?
No, I've got some of the old Rohan riders, but they're all like missing legs or missing.
Well, technically they're the latest ones because they didn't update the riders for some reason.
Okay, so I've got a box of them sat around.
Yeah.
But I hate painting horses in any edition, so I'll probably never look at them.
I did a commission about a year ago for Rise of Rohan, and I think it was like 30 riders, plus the characters, and I wanted to shoot myself in the face by the fifth.
This is why my Bretonian box, my Bretonian box that I bought day one of release is still on the sprue.
Yeah, mine are still on. Well, they're just sprayed on my shelf because I'm the same. And then I decided that I want to do them all separate heraldry as well, which yeah, we're not going there. So right, should we get on to the main topic, which is we're all going to Throne of Skulls? Yay!
Woo! We all got tickets. That's the best hurdle.
Indeed. So, does anyone want to tell us about Throne of Skulls? Or do you want me to do it?
Well, come on, Liam, you tell us about the...
Come on, Liam. You're the most qualified here.
In that you only pick up a third of your points from actual gaming scores. And then you pick up a third for people voting for you, people you've played, for their favourite army they've played against, and also their nicest game they've had. So out of your for games, you can pick up a maximum of 15 points. For 15 points. For painting, 15 points, and not being a git, 15 points. And yeah, once you've done that, you add up and get a score out of 45 for the weekend. So that's kind of it. Yeah,
quite simple, right?
Yeah. It's played as
roll some dice.
Yeah, played as a semi-competitive event.
Well, let's. Should we get on to that? Well, in fact, no, we'll not get on to that bit yet because we are going to go through the list, and then we'll talk about what we think after that. So yeah, I mean, I've been to a couple of Throne of Skulls myself for 40k and AOS. I enjoy them, but I think I don't know what to expect from this one. Because I never went to any of the major tournaments for Warhammer Fantasy Battle. I always went to like local ones and stuff, so I've never actually been to the GW ones, so I don't know what to really expect. I mean, I do, because we know what the lists are, but...
Yeah. We know what half the lists are.
Half the lists are, yeah. Let's not slander
everyone.
But no, I mean, I'm gonna enjoy it anyway, because it's a weekend rolling dice with you guys as well. Good to see you guys. Don't see you often enough, do we? So this is it. This is how far as our relationship goes across computer screens.
Yeah, I do pop up every now and again.
Although I do see Liam every now and again. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and usually heckling me on various WhatsApp groups.
I do, yeah. Well, that's what's for, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know what to expect, but I'm hoping everyone's in like mind and you know they're just going to play games. I've got no reason to doubt that. Maybe by the list, but I think generally a lot from every event I've been to, all of the Old World players have been lovely. So I'm not expecting anything too upsetting, let's say.
Yeah, no, I'm in a similar boat to you where I started playing 8th really after it was dead. So like I've never been to a GW supported big event. I've been to a few of the smaller one-day type ones that I've been on, but been great. It's just great to be able to go to the home of Warhammer and
it is.
And
I always say
throw
to
your dice
people,
there, right?
kind of, I take it for granted.
Yeah. I guess
like, it being down. It's a long road, but down the A52 to get there. I work around the corner from it.
It's your back garden,
it's kind of like people make these big long pilgrimages across the world. And I was going weekly from the age of 14 for like a decade. So it's kind of, I don't know, not lost its glamour. I don't know, whatever word I'm thinking. That's the word I'm looking for. But it's not as thing as it could be.
Yeah.
It wasn't down the road. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you're almost spoilt in a way, aren't you? That's the thing. You're spoilt because it is there, and like you said, like it's a 45-minute drive for me anyway. Jack, I don't think you're too far away, are you? But
20 minutes up the road.
yeah, so it's not too. But like you say, I mean, there's been people flying from all around the world to go to it just to get that one experience of Warhammer World, which is great. I think it's great for the hobby and great for the people, I guess. One thing I do want to ask, actually, do you know that? I know they have done in previous ones. Do you get the entrance to the exhibition with your ticket?
We did.
You get a little lanyard, don't you?
We did to one of the previous Real World events. I presume you probably do.
Yeah.
You get your lunch.
I haven't been in the exhibition for a long time, so I'd like to go in and see what's changed.
Really cool.
Well, I've not been in since the Old World's been out, so that's over a year.
There's a really cool Tomb King exhibit in there.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures, but I've not seen it there. I'd like to go in and have a look around because we're there all weekend, aren't we? So I wouldn't mind doing that. Because I know in previous ones where I've been to, they've said like you can go into the exhibition because you're at an event.
Yeah.
Whether that's still a thing or not, I don't know. Because obviously a lot's changed in Warhammer World over the last year, hasn't it? Like they've changed all where everything is, and obviously there's no more Forge World anymore and stuff like that. So so I'm looking forward to it. Should we start on not a down there, but should we start with our moans and then we'll go into his lists and stuff and then see how we're going to do and what we're looking forward to.
How long have we got for Liam?
Yeah, I mean, how I'm not gonna give obviously ask you for the people, but any specific kind of list that you are kind of worried about. I mean, obviously there is restrictions on it as well, which we didn't mention at the start, but I think we were all in the category of probably they're not restrictive enough.
It's not a real tournament in a traditional sense, so let's take something that's not razor sharp cutting edge, try something that we've not really played within that style before, new unit, something that you wouldn't want to take due to hamstringing yourself too much at a normal 2,000 point event, and submitted fairly, not soft list, but list without, every list has concessions that you'd normally take, and we haven't.
Balance.
And then other people started submitting lists, and there's an awful lot of people who haven't made concessions, and not only haven't made concessions, but are taking stuff I feel bad taking to a 2-day event, a normal 2-day event. So it's just going to be a case of trying not to let that get me down for the first couple of games until we reach like the level point, like into day 2.
Yeah, I guess it's worth just flagging that the sort of the biggest restrictions are no 500 point plus characters and only one level 4. So the worst of the worst dragon characters aren't there, but there's still a lot of dragons.
Yeah, I think you can still build a pretty powerful high elf one, but you lose. I think it's the old plan, isn't it? The one that gives you the 2+1.
The one for monster.
Yeah, so I think you can get one to 4-9. I think it's 497, something like that, and it's still got the 3 stacking saves and stuff like that. But it doesn't. I think you just got like a generic weapon rather than anything silly.
Yeah, it's a lance.
But I mean that's how I'd run it anyway, because I don't know why you'd need to put on a silly weapon on the guy when you're really taking the guy for the dragon.
Exactly. So, the dragon is there for the heavy lifting.
Yeah,
the guy's just on top to give it a good save, right?
Literally, yeah. That's all he's there. He's there for the armor. That's all he's there for. Yeah, I mean, I've tried to stay away from looking at the list because I want to get. I mean, obviously, we're obviously in a group for this, and we've all seen what some of the monstrosities are in that. what we found out. I would be interested to kind of see is how like the percentage of people that have actually changed the list, seeing what other lists are.
Yeah,
that'd be quite a good one too.
I think
if that were ever possible, that'd be amazing.
I was like 2nd or 3rd to submit.
Yeah,
and I think Liam was quite, like we were all quite early on, so like I was hoping like we'd set the benchmark and everyone would be like, okay, like these guys are here to have fun. Let's carry on, but maybe they were being fair sports and not looking at lists before they submitted, so they didn't tailor the lists.
I think people are just like, oh, look at
Maybe,
these
but
chumps.
You have to remember
These
as well,
guys
though,
have clearly
people
never played
can't
Warhammer
go
before.
and buy a new army today and get it ready for the weekend. So people have probably been working on these
No,
for
exactly.
months,
Yeah,
if not
that's it.
years. And just kind of, this is what they've got, so this is what we're taking.
Yeah, I think that's probably majority of what the lists are. Like you say, like even the powerful ones, like all people have bought. Obviously, because all of the army lists were available to everybody, weren't they? When all the books come out, so they think, oh, that's really good. You know, a year ago I bought the army. No real need to change it when you've got quite a competitive list anyway, like you just said, because people have already bought the armies, and obviously as the Arcane journals have come out, which we will get onto in a minute, because we'll have a quick chat about those. They're not necessarily going to change the competitiveness of the original books, I don't think, bar a couple, which again we'll get into in a minute. So I think, yeah, you're right, Liam. I think it is literally what people have got and had from obviously Fantasy Battle.
And if you're suddenly dropping a 600-point dragon, there's a lot of models to paint to replace it.
This is it, isn't it? Yeah, exactly that. Which or buying brand new armies like I did, and then decide I can't paint all that lot in time, so that's gone on the back burner. So I've now got an Empire army, an all-mounted one that I've not used. So I mean, I don't know. I am going to go into it obviously the way I think we said off air, didn't we? That we've just got to go and have a good time, which we will do anyway. And I think if everyone else has that same mindset, I think we'll be fine regardless of the result. Because, like you say, I think 2/3 of the points are from being a nice guy and having a nicely painted army. So
you gotta hope
2/3 are going to win over one, right?
If I don't have a good painted army, I'm not that nice a guy. So I'm going to struggle.
And you're not going to win many games. Jack, you're screwed, mate.
Shall we go on to the lists?
We can go on to the list, Or do you want to go on to the list, or do you want to talk about what we think about the Arcane journals, or do you want to do the Arcane journals after the list?
I reckon we do our list first.
Let's do our list. I think we're all playing Arcane journal armies. No, you're playing.
I'm just playing Warriors.
Generic, yeah.
Warriors Kids,
basic.
Yeah.
Well, go on then, Jack. You can go with yours first. What I will try and do is pop the list up on here as well.
So I'm going standard Warriors of Chaos. I think probably 50% of armies we see there will be Warriors of Chaos if previous events have been anything. And Warriors have always won the event so far, so fingers crossed. So I've gone for a Demon Prince as my general.
Well, there you go. That's it. Done.
Yeah. I trialed him out last weekend or 2 weekends ago at one of the TSN events and got absolutely hammered every game.
Is he the Bellacore model you've?
He is. He's the
somehow managed to squeeze on a. Is it a 50 mil base as well?
Yeah, there's a lot of trimming off his nice base. There's a lot of trimming and a bit of putty.
Yeah, you showed us photos, didn't you? Was it yesterday? It looks really good.
But yeah, I was going to take a Manticore, but then realised the Chaos Lord just doesn't fit on the Manticore because of his wings and the weapons and stuff. So I was like, no, right, back to the Demon Prince. So he's coming in, upgrade with Fly, Mapping Nurgle. I've given him the Biting Blade. I took Dragon Slaying Sword on him last time I used him and didn't face a single monster. So I was like, I don't need that. And then started seeing these lists and I was like, I should have kept that sword.
Typical, mate. Typical. That's how it works, right?
Yeah. So he's there. He'll do stuff. Hopefully, just help it. He's got the Enchanting Aura, so I'm hoping I can sort of get some multi-charges in with him and help out other bits in the list. But the one thing I found that he really struggles with is he doesn't have Swift Stride. So although he's got Fly, he's still outdistanced by anything else scary.
Does he not gain Swift Stride by having Fly?
No, it's not like a built-in rule. No, unfortunately.
No, that's something in it.
So they should get in the NFAQ or something. Add that in on him. It'd really help. It'd really make him a lot actually usable.
Yeah.
So actually get in combat. Then we've got level 4 on a chariot. Had the Infernal Puppet originally, and then when they released a little blog with the frogs the other week, I was like, right, that's getting swapped. Scroller transmogrification is in the list.
The one that changes to a frog.
I'm sure that 50-point item is just as effective as the Infernal Puppet. No doubt it's going to win me as many games, so I'm excited for that. I just need to find some little. I haven't got a frog model, so I think I've got loads of little like snakes and stuff. So maybe mine will turn you into a snake if the spell goes off. So that's my characters. Then we've got a big block of Forsaken. We're going for 23 Forsaken of Khorne. So it's probably 17 too many.
Are they not the notoriously MSU?
Yeah. So I was like, well, yeah, throw them in the block. All that static combat res that they get from nothing would be great. No character to challenge out dragons or anything like that.
Skirmish as well.
No, you can run them as open order.
That's it, yeah. So, it'd be even funny if they were skirmish, just watching you move 27 models round in a skirmish.
So, like, I don't know. I feel like if I throw them into a fair fight against another block of infantry, I should decimate anything. But the moment a big dribbly comes at them, they're screwed. But it should be fun, and they look like I really enjoy the models. I've got the really old models with the sort of tentacles.
The really sought after ones that nobody can buy anymore.
Yeah, I'll have to put them on eBay after this event and the rubbish and sell them off for a fortune. So they're complemented by a couple of units of Marauder Horsemen in core, with champions in. So hopefully they can get some multi-charges in with the Demon Prince and accept challenges to sort of allow them to get a couple of attacks off.
Have you armed them just basic, or have you given them
basic? They've got Cav Spears, Mark of Undivided, so they can reroll panics. And then I think both units got champion and one's got musician because I had a few extra points. Throw it in. Forsaken can't have a musician, so I'll spend the points on the horseman. 2 chariots. I just think that Chaos Chariots are great. Toughness 5, 3-up save is pretty
I was saying this yesterday to the guys at the club. I think they're probably. I'd even go out there and say they're probably the best chariot for the points.
Oh,
so 110.
110.
They're insane.
Yeah, they're so good. I had one last weekend or the weekend before that managed to. It took a charge from a Bretonnian lance with a paladin in it. Survived. Managed to get the charge back off on the next turn. Killed them to a man over 2 turns of combat. Chased down the paladin, killed him. Caught some artillery behind him. Like that 110 points must have got like 600-700 points of. Yeah,
they're the perfect trade piece, aren't they? They're not even trading; they're just killing stuff.
Yeah. You just got to be careful with them because obviously they don't have a Swiss stride, so you just got to get your charges lined up rightly, or just take the charge like he did and just boss it.
It's the T5 with a 3-up save, aren't they?
Yeah,
the basic ones. Yeah.
Then I've got a Chimera who isn't great.
You just finish it there. I've got a Chimera. You don't need to explain it.
I've given some upgrades. He's got the Fiend Tail for D3 extra attacks, so you can get up to like 9 attacks, which could be nice against.
Blends infantry.
Throw him into some peasants or something. He might do some work. Got the regen and poisoned attacks because I thought he's got that many attacks. Spend the 10 points and get a few extra wounds through, hopefully. And then finished off with a Chaos Giant. So everyone loves a giant. And he's just got the heavy armor upgrade because I couldn't find the 10 points of the regen.
I want to give him Bob with the. Have you given like the what is it? The either gods the reroll or anything like that?
I've got a couple of rerolls in the characters, so
they're like the perfectly pointed thing where you go, I've got spare 5 points. Oh, there you go. I'll get a reroll.
Yeah,
even better.
So it's one big block of infantry, a couple of monsters, but monstrous creature monsters. Then
it's got a bit of everything, and it's a bit of fun from literally knowing what it is. I think you'll do all right. And the thing is, as well, you guys are both better players than I am as well. But I think you'll know how to use a lot of your pieces much better.
Yeah,
I think on paper it might look, it's just an average chaos list, but you guys know how to use it. So I think you'll be all right.
I think I'd be very happy with 3 wins. I'll be happy with 2 wins. But
Positive the better, but you'll take 2 wins.
Yeah. I think if I get 2 wins with this list, I'll be very happy. And 2 wins, 5 great games, and some average paint job.
It's fine. That's all you can ask for, right? Yeah. Come on then, Liam, because I've got a feeling mine and yours are very similar, apart from a
both
couple of
running
units.
Wolves Odyssey, aren't we? So I have got my general is a Marauder Tribe Chieftain. Go on.
Oh, actually, Jack, I just thought on Liam, sorry.
Yeah.
Have you named your characters, Jack?
Of course I have.
Come on now. Go on.
Wolfrus the Filthy, the Nurgle Demon Prince, and Tarix the Deceiver. And he's got a silent P on the Tarix.
So this is it. All 3 of us are named as characters. We're automatically winning.
So my army is led by Erica Helvig,
sorry, Liam. Carry on, mate.
Who is a Marauder Tribe Chieftain.
Yes.
With 2 times Favour for Gods and a Charm Shield and a Great Weapon. I've got a second Marauder Tribe Chieftain. This one is on a horse with a Great Weapon and 2 Favour for Gods. And then I succumbed a little bit and have taken a level 4 Sorcerer Lord on a horse, Spell Familiar, 2 times Favour for Gods, Dagger of the Dark Pantheon. So my level 4 is going to be charging into stuff. And you do damage.
Sacrifice one, isn't it?
Casting.
And then she's on Dark Magic. Went dark in the end. I've still got a chance to change it, but on my list I've printed out Dark Magic. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Core-wise, I have got a unit of 20 Marauders with Hand Weapon Shield full command. 3 units of Marauder Tribe Berserkers with ambush, throwing axes, and additional hand weapons. Fully aware the flails are the better options, but models have got 2 hand weapons and it's a thrower scores, so go for that route. No, you can't have marks on those.
What, have you got marks on
Not
them?
on the Berserkers.
You can't have marks on them?
No, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got Frenzy anyway, haven't they? So
basically core.
I have got
the nutters anyway.
a unit of 9 Marauder Cavalry with Cavalry Spears, Light Armor Shields, full command. 2 units of 5 Marauder Horsemen with flails, Light Armor Shield, and these have got Mark of Khorne. 3 units of Chaos Warhounds or 5 strong with Vanguard. 2 units of 4 Skinwolves. A unit of 7 Marauder Tribe Huskarls with Aura Toys, so flails, heavy armor shield, drilled, Mark of Khorne, and the champion has got a Helm of Many Eyes to hopefully make sure I go first and then get shot lots. And then I've got a gigantic spawn of Chaos in my rare slot, which has got the Mark of Nurgle.
Nurgle, yeah. Do you know what? I think I played you against it with it, didn't I? And then I played it last night as well. I like the Mark of Nurgle thing never come up with me because I don't roll 6s, so it never ever come up. It's like, oh well, that the guy who plays like, oh yeah,
I like the regens
because I did nothing with it.
You play it for the regen, and
yeah,
if you
play me, I don't roll 6s.
Get some poison attacks through, then just a bonus. But that's not why you're rolling it, is it? You're sort of the regen save.
No.
This is sort of a bulked out version of
it is.
The last Warhammer event.
The 2,000 point version of that.
Yeah.
50 point list that has just filled the board with crap. So I've got more crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see how this scales up versus
1,000
point armies where you're suddenly getting two Lord level things in the daddy list.
Fighty things, yeah. I'm going to say, because I think the one you won, Liam, I think you...
I got lucky.
There were a lot of dragons there, weren't they, if I remember, as well?
Yeah.
I think you even... Did you not beat one with a dragon?
You beat the Wood Elf.
Yeah. The Wood Elf one, yeah. So, like, your list can go all the way. You're a nice person, your army looks nice, so there's a chance. I'm not saying you're going to win it, but there's a chance.
I think
you're the best. Your best odds here.
That's it. Yeah, you're.
If I can
definitely
pick up
above
3 wins, hopefully, I don't know. After that, I'm kind of at the mercy of people, I guess. But 2 to 3 wins, which may all come on day 2.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're hoping for. Picking up our points. Although we're going to be playing each other and taking the wins off each other.
Yeah, sneak one on the Saturday. We'll
Then
see
pick
how
up
it
a
goes on the
handful of the
Sunday.
other
We'll probably pick up the 2 wins then.
See how it goes from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, personally, I love an army nomination. I don't... Obviously, I like to win games, but I'd lose all 5 games, pick up an army nomination for best painted army, something like that. That would be pinnacle for me, I think. I mean, I've won events before and all that jazz, but I'm more hobby side than I am competitive side. I've been through all that side. I mean, we met with your Blood and Glory, wasn't it, Liam? Playing 40k, and I got battered all 6 games in that. But I was a good 40k player. I don't know anymore, but hey, yeah, I think my manual lists are similar. We've got some differences. So do you think
if I get lucky, I'll get 3-2,
or do you reckon? Of course, because it all goes on draws as well, doesn't it? We might get the armies which we can quite easily beat. I think looking at all of our lists, I think we're going to do really well against super
my biggest
elite
challenge
armies
is
because we can
all
flip
in
the
the
board with
deployment
models.
zone. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
go for it.
Yeah. Shall I go on to my list then? So, funnily enough, I'm playing Warriors of Chaos, Wolves of the Sea. The theme here, guys. So, I've got 2 characters. So we've got Villanax the Frostborn. He's a Chaos Lord. He's on a chariot. He's Mark of Undivided, so the chariot's Mark of Undivided. I'd probably say this is probably my only sort of meta piece, I guess. So
it's a meta piece that you don't see. You don't see them chariot lords though. They're good, but you don't see them because you have dragons,
it's
right?
Up to me. I mean, to be fair, I played about 2 weeks ago with him, and he took a wound and killed 2 Sphinxes and a Tomb King dragon with the Armor of Ages. So I was like, oh, okay then. But yeah, anyway. So full plate armor he comes with it anyway. Is the general Crown of Everlasting Conquest, which is the 5 regen. We've got the Brazen Collar for the MR2. We've got One Favour of the Gods, and then we've got Enchanting Aura, which is obviously the strikes last, and if you've got strikes first, you go to the normal initiative. And he's just armed with the flail, because the flail, he doesn't. If I need to hit anything with magical weapons, he just swaps to his ensorcelled weapon. I'm always going to be rolling on Eye of the Gods anyway, just because I'm stupid. So I'll always roll on that and just see what I get. I mean, again, in the game I played against the Tomb Kings, I think he got 3 extra attacks, 1 apotheosis, and 1 weapon skill. So I'm like, yeah, he's an army on his own. So, and then obviously the impact hits because it's D6 plus 1, I think, on the chariots, the chaos ones.
AP2.
So yeah, he's really good. So that's him. He's my general. And then we've got Liana Winterbite, who is a Marauder tribe chieftain. So she's my BSB. She's just got light armor shield. She's Mark of Undivided, and she's got the Sea Raiders crest, which is gives the unit fear. If you've got fear, you cause terror.
Good.
Because she'll go. So I'll go on to what she was there for in a minute. And she's got the armor of meteoric iron, because it's the best thing to give a BSB in my opinion. It's essentially
a 5 award
save, isn't it? Yeah. So unless you get no armor saves allowed type thing. So into core units, so I've just got the 2 characters, which is more than enough for me. I've got 23 Chaos Marauders, light armor, hand weapon, shield, Chaos Undivided, full command, which is where the BSB will go. So we give them, basically, it's almost to stop them from running away, essentially.
Stop getting terror checked off the board.
Yeah, exactly. So that's them in there. We've got 2 units of 5 Chaos Warhounds with Vanguard.
Yeah, a few patterns.
These are quite similar, these, Liam, aren't they? I've got 2 units of 5 Marauder Horsemen. They are Mark of Khorne with cavalry spears, light armor, shields, and I've also paid for ambushes with them as well. So I've got 2 units of those, and I've got 3 units of Marauder Tribe Berserkers with ambush and flails, but no throwing axes because I've got the flails instead. So that's my core. Into my special, which has got quite a lot in it as well. I've got 2 Chaos Chariots. Again, you've already gone through them, Jack. Why they're like really good, so we've got them in there. And I've only got 2 units of 3 Skin Wolves because I wanted to get. I'll come down to it in a minute. So I've got 2 units of 3 Skin Wolves with the Jarl in there as well. Really good unit. They can kill stuff if you.
Yeah, I find
well,
that kind of
because they can get a lot of attacks, right?
You just need to pick your targets and
it's
moving.
really, really good as well.
Yeah,
exactly. That's They're not going to go and kill a Dragon Lord. They might beat up some Marauder Horsemen or something. But yeah. So 2 more units. We've got Marauder Tribe Skulls. They've got flails, heavy armor, shields, undivided. But then the first sword has the charm shield on both of the units. So that's the 5 up once per game ward save, which you actually taught me that, Liam, because when you do, obviously, no one knows what the Wolves of the Sea do. They have a cool mechanic at the beginning of the game where they have a duel. And if you win that, you get to go first. If you lose it, your opponent goes first. Or if you decline,
you get to go first as well.
You automatically go first as well, right?
Yeah. But if your opponent doesn't have a 1-wound champion but would accept it, you just roll off as normal, right? Or something weird like that.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, because there is no stipulation around not accepting it, but you haven't got anyone to actually accept it with, right?
Yeah, because I don't think I've got anyone that could accept.
Yeah.
Challenge.
Which in that case, it goes to roll off. Yeah. FAQ. Now, the absolute power in my list is in the rare unit slot, costs 132 points, 3 Chaos Trolls. I love the models. I want them in my list, so I'm buying them. So I've dropped 2 Skin Wolves to get them in, and some other bits and bobs.
So they're special. In the standard list. So they've been moved to rare.
They've been moved to rare in thingy, yeah. So
they're awesome models. So.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and they're literally as they are. So they've got additional hand weapons. Again, when they fight the right targets, they're essentially very slow Skin Wolves because they can kill stuff.
Yeah, your issue is going to be keeping
all got the regen exactly the same. The only weapon skill 3, but problem is they've got to try and keep up with the chariot.
That's what I was going to say. They've got to keep up with that 14-inch mark, right?
That's the chaos. That's the Chaos Lord's bodyguard, basically. But again, Throne of Skulls, so why not? Yeah, I had like the because I've got Dragon Ogres and stuff like that, which are going to run as the 3 Shatarks, but again, it's Throne of Skulls. So yeah, that's my list. I mean, it's a bag of fun. So my list is themed around Total War games. So all of the horse and stuff have all been converted to wolves. So the Ice Wolf chariots, which obviously don't exist in the real game. The trolls are Ice Trolls, which are in the thing about
Yetis then.
Essentially, yeah. They're called Ice Trolls, all right, Jack. So yeah, that's my list. I think the only way I'm going to win any kind of game is by luck or fighting something that's got 3 models. Ogres.
Well, I guess it's
like on the ogres. It's not
not all 5 games are just kill your opponent. Like
I know. Yeah.
You might get lucky with they might start half the armies off the board when it's the roll to see who comes on, and you might be able to.
Yeah, meet and engagement. Why that is in the rules pack?
I saw a lot of games.
Annoying.
I've seen a lot of games get ruined by that.
Yeah, just put open battle in.
Yeah.
That just sandwich.
You could get lucky in Breakpoint and just kill it. Like ignore the dragon, kill everything else around it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you won the dragon. That's how you won the dragon game, wasn't it? Yeah. Killed everything else.
Yeah, I think Breakpoint is just
it's just
purely time constraints, isn't it? I think is probably the reason it's not in there. Yeah, that's it. Well, yeah, just kill stuff quicker. I mean, I think mine and your list, Liam, we just run it and eat like our opponent anyway, don't we? Because we've got that much models. Probably same with you, to be fair, Jack. Just run at them and see what happens.
Yeah. Just be Chimera and Chaos Giant probably down a flank each. Well, the Chimera's got to stick to near the Demon Prince because he's only like Legion 5, so.
So you've got your own Chaos Ogres.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So he's got to stick close to the Demon Prince. Hopefully they can sort of run one way, Giant run the other way, and the Forsaken just get ready to fall back in good order and drop 20 wide.
I mean, I'm probably the same as you guys. I would be happy with a positive result, but if not, I'd love I think I'd love more hobby and game votes, obviously, which is the way Throne of Skulls is anyway. But like I said before, I'd prefer to win the hobby side of it. Obviously, I'm gonna if I win 5 games and come bottom, I'd be absolutely fuming. But then I've realised it's Throne of Skulls, so yeah, that's not how it works. But I'm hope I'm a nice guy. I've won a couple of the best sports at the events, so we'll see.
Don't be humble, then.
I know, I'm not. I'm not bribe everybody. Or just get everyone really drunk. That's the idea, right?
I think our games might be over shortly, so there'll be plenty of time.
Well, me and Dan are stopping over now as well, so we can actually have a few beers, which is nice. So we were going to drive to and from Sheffield, but like by the time it's petrol and whatever, we might as well just stop over.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't know this actually until Liam mentioned it.
It's quite an early kick out, really.
8 o'clock.
One day. Yeah, well, it's not even just like 10:15 till 8 is the running time.
Right. Oh, so they're starting later, then that's why.
Yeah. So
yeah, because you
I think like
10, right?
You can sign in from 9, but then and get some breakfast if you want, but then it doesn't start till 10:15.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's all right. Might be able to get some breakfast from Mackey's or something. But yeah, I'm like I say, I'm very much looking forward to it. For the pure fact that it's just playing games in Warhammer World. Again, lost its novelty for Liam, but
just seeing 80 fantasy, 80 fantasy armies,
definitely
across one room, like,
and hopefully
it's not very often you get to see that.
People will have put effort in. It won't be a load of rubbish. It'll be nicely painted armies for people who want to play Warhammer. And what more can you want from a weekend?
Yeah. We're a year into the edition now, so everyone should be painted up, right?
Yeah, you think so? I mean, in my events running in Sheffield, we've just brought in fully painted armies now.
Yeah. Although I guess when you've still got armies only just being released, so I guess if someone's running the latest release ones, that's fair enough. But
I guess. But I think if like we said before, like if people have got previous armies anyway, they'll have played them before they buy the new ones. I don't know. I'd like to say people might be very, very fast at painting stuff and got it all done tonight or whatever. Well, that's what I need to do. So
yeah, I've seen a lot of people just getting them made to orders for dwarves and that sort of stuff in the last couple of days. So
buying armies. I mean, there's a guy on a lot of the Old World trading sites wanting to buy a fully painted army. Are you ready to pay for it, dude? Because that's usually what they go for these days, right?
It's not really cheap.
So, right. Just having a look at the time. Looking at the agenda, we've done his lists. Should we talk about the Arcane journals and what we think is going to be tough, strong, or what we think is strong? We'll skip, obviously, the leaked stuff because it's not official yet, so... even though everybody's seen it. Jack, because you said you don't look at them, which is
I don't like looking until I've got the physical copy in my hand.
I think if it wasn't the High Elves, I don't think I'd been bothered.
I'll tell a lie. When the Beastmen come out, I will be
straining
my eyes. I'll be straining my eyes on that screen, looking at those blurry screenshots. But
actually, I did quite a good conversation yesterday about what we think the Beastmen armies of infamy could be, because they're nomadic anyway, unless they have one very much like the Troll Horde one, where you get like the character is basically the leader of the army.
Yeah, like a Minotaur one.
Yeah, because there's one of the characters, isn't there? Is it called One Eye Summit?
Yeah.
I wonder if he'd bring him back or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm at a loss with what they could do, bar maybe the Minotaur one.
I think Minotaur's probably a given, but then we thought Slayers were a given for dwarves, right?
Yeah,
so, so I'd imagine Minotaurs, and then, we've seen a lot of cavalry lists, so a Centaur themed army maybe, but I'd struggle to see how that's going to act on the board.
That art army of infamy would just be called Night Out, right?
Yeah.
All the
time. Or a Monster Mash themed, deep in the woods type. Type army. I don't know. I love the Beastmen though. So I just can't wait to to try something new, and hopefully, if it can give one or two good tools, then I think the Beastman lists in a position at the moment where one or two more tools suddenly then brings it up into that top couple of tiers, and it can actually start doing stuff again.
Yeah, I mean, with the games we played yesterday, so the 1250 ones, Al, who I run the events with, he runs B Plays Beastmen, and he brought the level 4 Shaman with the Hag Fetish on Chariot at like literally the 250. I think it was 295. So he's just bit. So I've capped it at 300. It's for the tournament maximum spend on the thing, and he brought him, and he literally killed my army. I'm like, dude,
so good. So good.
But like you just said, Jack, I don't think they've got much else after that. That's the problem.
And especially in something like Furnace Goals, where you can only take one level 4, then but you can't take that double Valtide.
I hate Valtide. It's horrible.
But like,
there's no room for a spell that hits 5d6 times.
Yeah, but you get a dragon that just
and rerolls.
And rerolls, yeah.
And rerolls. Liam, what do you think is the strongest Arcane Journal that we've got to date?
Probably the two. Well,
if you had to pick,
in terms of list,
there's two.
Like, both Armies of Infamy being fantastic. Probably the Tomb Kings. In terms of Arcane Journal that added the most to the army in terms of magic items, then maybe the Dwarfs got that one. The funnest one, probably the Orc and Goblins.
Yeah.
Like, both Armies of Infamy are just absolutely fantastically fun.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah. Nomadic War is awesome. Like, when you see it on a table and there's just like 20 chariots, 40 wolf riders.
What about a spider, Jack?
I do like spider
in mine.
I do.
You can't take them normally, but you can put them as a character mount. And Liam was like, "You're an idiot. I'm doing it."
Do they still have can they still run over buildings in this edition?
They have moved through cover.
Okay, so
ignore terrain.
So 8th edition, they used to be able to run through buildings. You used to be able to do all sorts of stuff, just hiding on one side of a building.
They essentially flew, didn't they?
Yeah. So I agree with Liam. I think Mortuary Cult, and then I think Territory Crusade is the other. The
Exiles.
Right? Peg Army. The Flying Circus.
Yeah.
The Exiles, yeah, that's one. The Flying Circus. With cannons.
Is it the Exile? The Exiles one's the one where they don't get the water, right?
So you just,
Yeah, so Pegasus, kill unit chaff, get the ward save, and then just run through everything else.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just Pegasus Knights anyway, isn't it? I to be honest with you, I think the Peg Knights are just stupidly strong because I've seen obviously loads of people run them in Lance. I don't think you need to. Just run them in skirmish so you're harder to hit and then just go kill stuff. Yeah. Who cares about combat race? Just run over it.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously the Brett Lords are really, really good. And as well, you can take cannons in that list as well, can't you? The Exiles.
They're grand cannons.
Bombards, sorry, which are actually better than cannons.
Better,
yeah. Which is...
They're no hell cannon though. All right.
I want a hell cannon.
I've got two. You can have them.
Yeah, I'd love to run the old style kind of. I forget what the game was called. Is it called Mark of Chaos? I think it was before the Total War games come out.
Yeah,
where it was literally blocks and blocks of Chaos Warriors and then a couple of hell cannons and stuff, which was your army.
Yeah, that was eighth. That was your 8th army.
Well, there you go. Yeah, but the hell cannon is absolutely probably the worst unit in the game, right?
Yeah, I've probably used it about 10, 15 times, and it's killed more of my troops than any troops.
Does it still go wild and hit stuff?
It blows up. Like if you misfire and then roll a 1, it does a 3d6 bubble of just devastation, and like that always happens turn 1 when your army is around it.
I've not actually looked at the rules properly, but I remember back in the day, used to eat the handlers and then just go nuts.
Yeah, it can do that. You can still do that. Yeah.
Right, okay. Because they've got the little Chaos Dwarves, haven't they, with them?
Yeah.
I think the Mortuary Cult one is just oppressive. The fact that you can take the buffs and then just heal the buffs back. You know, you slice them. Oh, the back. Oh god, plus 17 to cast. I'm not literally just stopping nothing here. Yeah. Actually, what I will say, the most undercosted impressive unit, I think, is the Tomb Scorpion.
100%.
That's horrific for 70 points.
Yeah, people complain about the cheapness of the great, the giant chaos spawn, but that Scorpion is like even double its points. You'd still taking 3 every list, I reckon.
Does it have monsters? I know that's killing blood. Does it have monsters? Yeah, so like it can just kill the spawn anyway.
Yeah.
For 70 points.
Yeah.
You know, you can get 2 for the same points, right?
Yeah.
They will kill it.
Oh, yeah.
If it doesn't kill them first, but yeah, I mean the fact that I think a lot of them are capped only. Are they
You've
2?
got to
Is
take
it 2
2,
plus in the mortuary cult? You've got to take.
Don't believe so, other than special
2
points.
plus, but then you're not capped, right?
And yet, people only take 2,
Jesus
maybe
Christ.
3. Rule of 3.
I mean,
a lot of places run an unofficial 3, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, in that sense, I agree. But then I kind of don't. If someone's built and painted
10 of them,
10 of them, fair play. I'm not going to stop you from using your models personally, but that could be pretty horrific because they have Vanguard and Swift Stride, so they turn 1 charges pretty much.
Yeah, well, and they have that horrible thing where they come up from the sands and kill it, like anything nearby. Takes brutalization.
I know what my next project's going to be.
Someone was trying to sell me a Tomb King's army today. I was like, message me later.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. So I have got every army, haven't I? At the minute, I just haven't painted 90% of it, and I don't like playing with unpainted armies if I can. So that's my task: is getting everything painted. So I've only got 2 actually painted armies. But I need an actual proper beast man army because I've got Liam's favourite unit, 40 of them. Good old Ungor Raiders. They're so oppressive. Do you know what? Actually, I lost 5 of the new clansmen to some Ungor Raiders yesterday, and I was fuming. Yeah, I was fuming. I was like, oh, well, there was 10 of them, so there were 10-man screen, and they absolutely machine gunned my high elves.
Yes, checking opponent's dice.
You shouldn't be doing this, but it happened. Yeah, I know. Toughness 3, mate. That's why elves in it. Right, I think we've rambled. We nearly hit the hour mark, which is good for the first one. So we're going to try and do this every couple of weeks, I believe we said.
Yeah, we'll get a recap in of the event after.
Yeah. So we'll try and get one in next week after we've been. So if you're obviously listening to this after, we will do another one, which will be episode 2, where we'll recap. We'll also have my friend Dan on, so another guest. We'll have another floating head somewhere. Hopefully, if he's got a camera. If not, it'll be his voice. So yeah, thank you, Liam. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Dan.
Any other business, guys, like a team meeting? Anything you want to say?
No.
Any good looks or anything? No.
No, just
I'm sure we'll see each other anyway. Saturday morning.
See each other Saturday. Get a pint in before the commiseration.
Yeah. I think Liam, you were possibly going out
somewhere
for some food and stuff after. Jack, if you fancy that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Scott and his filthy wood elf staying with me over the weekend. So.
Oh God. I forgot Scott was in the group, actually, the group chat, when we were all like berating him, like, it's damn wood elf. Oh, he's there he is. Sorry. Right, so thank you, guys.
Right.
See you on the next one. Thank you very much.